Good morning, children. Are you preparing for any competitive examinations? Are you sitting for the CBSE board or non-board examinations? Do you have doubt in the applications of the rules pertaining to the narrations or the speech? Then this is the right platform. So let's simply learn and let's learn through it in English. Therefore, here we start the particular chapter, the narration. So the chapter is Narration, narration. My dear children, so first let us see this word narration. The word narration is a noun. So another word for the same is SPEECH, speech. Speech particularly or narration particularly is a narrative, and this is related to the time past. This is related to the time past. Say for example, a particular minister comes to your region or to your territory or your area, and he gives a lecture on new educational policy. Then the same is reported by the newspaper, and this narration will be the practical use of the narration that we are talking about. Therefore this narration may be of two types. One is direct narration, direct, and another one is indirect. So direct narration is the particular narration. So when you are quoting, QUOTE, when you quote the writing or particularly the speech of a great man, if you are quoting it directly, then that is called the direct narration, and the direct narration will be within inverted commas, and indirect narration will have different rules, and for that let us go and see the details. So here we go. So in narration, in writing or speech, narration is the process of giving an account of the sequence of event or real or imagined storytelling. The person who recounts the events is called narrator. The account itself is called a narrative. So particularly when we study the stories, they are the narrative, and they are recounted or they are told by somebody, and the person is called the narrator. When the quote of the particular main character is directly stated, that is called the direct narration. When it is indirectly reported, then that is called the indirect report or indirect narration. In narration, when we use the reporter speech, we usually talk about the past, because obviously the person who speaks originally spoke into the past. The verb therefore usually have to be into the past too. So this is the simple theory here, my dear children. So when you are talking about the narration, we particularly talk about the past tense, because when something is told, it may be the immediate past or it may be the remote past. Therefore the verb is past tense. The verb is past tense, that means we are talking about the past event. There are two ways of narrating the event or storytelling: direct or indirect speech. In direct speech or direct narration, the exact or remark or the speech of the narrator is presented by using the exact word or expression of the narrator. So this is the definition of the direct speech. In the direct speech, what we do, we exactly quote or we exactly mention the speech that was uttered by the narrator. In the indirect speech, the exact meaning of the remark of the speech is presented without using the narrator exact word. So as you understand, so indirect speech is the speech that is not directly stated, it is indirectly mentioned or it is indirectly reported by the reporter. Therefore, let us proceed. So here you go. Here you go. So we'll see some example. Let us see the example. First example, let us see. Ravi said, I'm having lunch with my family. Direct speech. Here one thing, my dear children, you will have to know. This is the reporter. Okay. Now this is the speaker. Ravi is the speaker. And this is called the reporting verb. RB I am writing. Reporting verb. And this is the part that is reported. This is the part, reported part. So this one, you will see this reporting verb is in the past tense. In the past tense. Because the remark was made either in the remote past or in the latest past or recent past. So according to the verb of the reporting, okay, reporting verb, you will have to change the verb, okay, change this verb too. So now this one, when this one will be present tense, that will be transferred into past tense, means corresponding past will be there, that will see the rule. Therefore, Ravi said, I am having lunch with my family. Direct speech. Now the simple rule here is, after the reporting verb, so after the reporting verb, you need to add the conjunction that in the assertive sentence. Ravi said that he was having breakfast with his family. This sentence is the assertive sentence. Assertive sentence. Assertive sentence. Therefore, as in the assertive sentence, what we do after the reporting verb in the indirect speech, we need to add that conjunction. Ravi said, I'm having lunch with my family. Here you see, I'm having means this is a present form. Corresponding past will be there. Therefore, you are writing Ravi said that he was having this. Ravi is the reporter here. He is the doer. He is the subject, and this one will be transformed into this noun will be changed into the pronoun on the basis of the context. So that rule also will be talking about. Ravi said that he was having breakfast with his family. Now let us see how the pronouns and adjectives changes in the indirect narration. In the indirect narration. So here we go. Pronouns and adjectives must change while transforming into reporter's speech. First and second person pronoun and possessive adjective normally change to third person except when the speaker is reporting his own words. So particularly when we are talking about the narration, the speaker always is the third person. A person is talking and another third person is reporting. So in that case, you see the changes. As this I is related to Abhishek. I is related to Abhishek because Abhishek said I am a teacher. अभिषेक ने बोले थे कि वो एक टीचर थे. Therefore, this I is referred to Abhishek. Therefore, when you are changing it into indirect narration, I will be transformed into he. I will be transferred into he. That means I transfer into he or she. So if it is a female name, if it is a female or feminine gender, then it will be transferred into she. Me will be transformed into him. Me will be transformed into him. Her, him or her, and my will be transformed into his. My will be transferred into his. Therefore, let us continue. Abhishek said that he was a teacher. Here you have seen am is transformed into was. Then let us continue. Here you go. Let's continue. So in the indirect narration, the near one transformed into dear one means distance. Near will be transformed into distant. जो एकदम बाजू में रहता है वो दूर का संपर्क दिखाएंगे. अगर दिस होगा तो दैट होगा. अगर yesterday होगा तब previous डे होगा. अगर tomorrow होगा that will be transformed into next day. So in this way you will have to change the nearness to the dearness or the near one to the distant one. So let us see one example here. She said she's coming this week. This will be transferred into she said that. Let us see. She said she's coming this week. That will be transformed into she said that. She said that. This part is not needed. That she was coming this week will be transferred into that week. Means there the very near one will be transferred into the distant one. Then let us move to the next one. Here you go. Let's proceed. Now my dear children, this is a very important, so we'll have to see it very minutely, and these rules you will have to remember when you are preparing for any kind of examinations, either the board exam or non-board. This is very, very important, and this is a very simple too, and the simple term for it is the corresponding past. Simple present will be transformed into the simple past. Simple present will be transformed into simple past. Suppose I play the guitar. Ravi said, I play the guitar. This reporting verb is in the past tense. Therefore, this is in the present simple. This is in the present simple. Present simple. This one will be transformed into what? This one will be transferred into the past. Ravi said that he played the guitar. He played the guitar. Now let us see another one. Present continuous will be transformed into past continuous. Present continuous will be transferred into past continuous. Present to past continuous. She said, I am writing a letter. She said, I am writing a letter. Am writing. That means this is the present continuous. This one will be transformed into past continuous. It may be was writing or were writing. That will depend on the pronoun. Therefore, the answer is she said that she was writing. whether it is a he or she, so it is a singular, therefore it will be taking singular auxiliary or to be verb, that is was. She said that she was writing a letter. In the similar manner, the present perfect tense will be transferred into past perfect. Present perfect will be transferred into past perfect. If it is I have received or I have done, that will be written as I had done. Means when it will be reported, then it will be he had done or she had done, whatever it is. Let us see this one. Mukul said, I have received an invitation letter to attend a seminar. This is present perfect. That will be the past perfect. Mukul said that he had received an invitation letter to attend a seminar. Then the present perfect continuous, that will be transformed into past perfect continuous. Shruti confided, I have been busy writing a book on different food habits. These are present perfect continuous transferred into past perfect continuous. Shruti confided that she had been busy writing a book on different food habits. Then let us see the other rules. Let us continue here. Here we go. Now when there will be past, simple past, when there will be simple past, then we will have to use the past perfect. Past perfect we need to use. Madhu said, I went to the school yesterday. Here also, yesterday also will have to be changed into the previous day. Therefore, the answer is Madhu said that. Madhu is a girl, therefore it will be she. Madhu said that she had gone to the school the previous day. Then past continuous will be transferred into past perfect continuous. Rudra said, I was reading an article on the importance of life skill. I was reading, past continuous. This will be transferred into past perfect continuous. What will be the past perfect continuous? He had been reading an article. Okay. Therefore, Rudra said that he had been reading an article on the importance of the life skill. Therefore, let us continue. Let us go to the next category. Okay. Here we go. When there is a past perfect, then there will be no change. These are interesting. Raktim said, the play had started when I reached the theatre. Raktim said, the play had started when I reached. Here you see, this is the past perfect. This is the past simple. What is the rule? When you are changing it into direct narration from the direct, no change in the verb will be there. Obviously, there will be no change. That means the answer will be Raktim said that the play had started when he reached the theatre. So the answer will be Raktim said that the play had started when he reached the theatre. Theatre. Let us see the next one. Now when the tense here is the future tense, then what will be the change? These are very simple. So when shall or will is there, that will be transformed into should or would on the basis of the reporter or the subject. Here you see, Rudra said, "I shall or will meet Suman on Tuesday over dinner." Rudra said that he would meet Suman on Tuesday over dinner. Future continuous. That will be conditional continuous. I will or shall be using the car myself on the 24th. She said that she would be using this is the conditional continuous. Therefore let us continue. So let us note one particular thing here. All these changes represent the distancing effect of the reporter's speech. So when we are changing from the indirect to the direct, or particularly from the direct to the indirect, what is the effect of it? The effect is the distant effect or the remote effect. That means whatever is there, the remote effect will always be there. Remote result always will be there. Context as well as the time aspect of the speaker's point of view must also be taken into the account while changing the narration. So the speaker's point of view also to be taken into consideration while you are changing it from the direct narration to the indirect narration. So what will be the changes in the modal verbs? Let us see now what will be the changes in the modal verb. We have seen the example here, so we will see some more. Okay, let us see this table. So this table will make us clear. So this will be transformed into would, can will be transformed into could, must will be transformed into had to, shall will be transformed into should. So may will be transferred into might. So this thing you need to remember. Now let us proceed to the next. One very important thing here that we need to remember is that while we are changing from the direct to the indirect speech or the narration, so the modal, many times that the children commit a mistake here. When there is a change in the modal, then the verb never changes. He said, "I might come." Let us see the indirect narration. He said that I will be transformed into he, because this is related to he. He might come. So when this might is coming, then the verb come will never change. One thing you can do here, come, you can write to go. Go will be little remote. Therefore the answer also may be, optionally answer also may be correct. Which answer? He stated that he might go. So in the similar manner, he said, you need not wait. He said that I did not wheat. Then let us come to the next type of the sentence. The next type, here we go. Let us proceed. My dear children, till now we are talking about the assertive sentence or the declarative sentence. Assertive or declarative sentence. Declarative sentence. Declarative sentence means narrative sentence that declares or states something or tells something. So in that case, the subject will be followed by the main verb will be followed by the object, that was the structure. Now, when we are coming to the next category of the sentence, the next category of the sentence is the imperative sentence. Imperative. I-M-P-E-R-A-T-I-V. Imperative. This imperative means what? Imperative means the command, order, request. So these are the senses. This type of senses are implied by the imperative sentence. And one more important thing is that you will have to see the structure of the imperative sentence. So the verb comes first, and that will be followed by the predicate. Verb plus predicate. Predicate means what? Object and the related terms. The related terms. Therefore, so normally the sentence in the imperative is started by the verb first, by the verb, and after that there will be the object. So here we will see what are the changes that is to be made to the reporting verb. What are the changes that are made to be the conjunction that we'll have to consider. So we'll see this example. Shut up. So imperative in the positive imperative, shut up. Negative imperative, do not do that again. So here he told me to shut up. He told me to shut up. Suppose the direct narration will be, he said to me. He said to me. Then S-H-U-T, shut up. After that, full stop. Then what we'll have to write here? So you see, this said will have to be transformed into the verb according to the sense that is implied. And normally speaking, my dear children, you can write as usual, or as a general term you can use the word told. Therefore, he told, the answer for this one will be, he told me he told me. After that, what will be there? Then that will never come here. So what will be there? So you will have to write the infinitive form. So this is the verb, and before the verb, to will have to be used in order to make it infinitive. And when you are rewriting the to or the infinitive form, the verb will have no change, means it will be as it is. Therefore, the answer will be, he told me to shut up. To shut up. Answer. Therefore, let us continue. Let us take more examples. Do not do that again. Suppose he said to me. I am writing to the sentence here. He said to me, comma, double inverted comma started, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Double inverted comma over, full stop. Therefore, my dear children, now you see this reporting verb. This reporting verb will have to be changed. And one very interesting thing about the CBSE that in the CBSE questions, the practical aspect of it is asked only, means you will have to, you need not worry about the full sentence. So some part will be given and you will have to supply the other part particularly related to the verb. Then your answer will be okay. And in other boat, the full sentence is to be written. That means it is the orthodox or traditional method. The question will come, change the following sentences into direct or indirect narration. So here, my dear children, now we will be changing this reporting verb here. So he will remain he, and say to you see, do not do that again. Do not do that again. Therefore, what is the sense implied here? According to the sense that is implied here, you will have to change it. So it may be the suggestion. Therefore, in place of say it, you can write suggest, S-U-G-G-E-S. As it is past tense, there you are writing suggested. And if you do not like to write suggest or forbid, okay, F-O-R-B-I-D, forbid is the also the other optional sense. Then you can write, if you do not like to write the suggest or forbid, then you can write simple general term, that is told. It told. Then as it will be infinitive form and as it is negative, therefore you write not first. Then what is not to be done? Not to. To I am writing there, that will be infinitive. Not to. Then what is the sentence? Do that again. Do that again. Do that again. So in the similar manner, you can write, please give me a glass of water. So this can be changed into, he asked or requested. He asked me to give him a glass of water. Then let us proceed to the next, how the expression of time and place changes into the indirect narration. Let us see. Very good. Expression of time, change of it in the indirect narration. As you have already discussed that into the narration, the near thing will be transformed into distant thing. बाजू वाला जो है बहुत दूर का संपर्क दिखाएंगे. Therefore, here also we will see today will be transformed into the day. Yesterday, the previous day or the day before. Previous day or day before. Previous day or day before. Yesterday will be the day before. The day before yesterday will be 2 days before. 2 days before. Tomorrow will be the next day or the following day. The day after tomorrow will be in 2 days time. Next week will be the following week. Last week or last year will be previous week or previous year. A year ago will be a year before or the previous year. In this way, the adverbial indicating the time or the expression of the time or place changes according to this particular formula, and you need to remember it. Let us continue. Let us continue with one or two examples, and after that we will be going to the interrogative questions or interrogative sentences or the questions. I went to the theater last night. This is the adverbial indicating the past time, or the expression that indicates the past time is the last night. Therefore, last night will have to be transformed into the previous night. Okay, the previous night. He said he had gone to the theater the night before or previous night. Night before or previous night. In the similar manner, so you will be changing the term next weekend will be transferred into following weekend. So let us continue with the next category. So here you go, the next category of the sentence. Questions in indirect speech. Direct narration. So we started the direct narration. Direct narration is he said, where is she going? Where is she going? So if it is a assertive sentence, suppose she is going to Delhi. Then when it is an indirect, when it is an interrogative sentence, then it will be where is she going? So when you are changing these to the indirect narration, then it will be he asked. Because here you will see the sense of what is the sense implied. On the basis of that, the reporting verb will have to be changed. Said will be transferred into asked, and the rest also will be changed as we have done in the case of the assertive sentence. He said where she was going. One very important thing that you will have to notice here is that in the assertive sentence, when you are changing from direct to the indirect narration, so after the reporting verb, the conjunction that actually comes. In the case of the interrogative sentence, in the case of the interrogative sentence, if or whether will come, if or whether will come, but the second rule is that when the question is started with WH, means why, where, when, whom, then no, no, that, no, if, no, whether will come. Is it clear? Therefore, let us see this example. He said, where is she going? He asked where she was going. Another thing that you will notice is that the sentence was in the interrogative mode. In the interrogative mode. It was in the interrogative mode. And this interrogative mode will have to be changed into assertive mode. Means there will be no question mark as it is there in the direct question or the direct narration. In the indirect one, this question will be transferred into full stop. Let us see the rules here. When you turn direct question into indirect speech, the following changes are necessary. Tenses, pronouns and possessive adjectives and adverbs of the time and place changes as in the statement or in the case of the assertive sentence. The interrogative form of the verb changes into affirmative form. Means the interrogative form will not be there in the indirect speech, indirect narration. It will be transferred into assertive mode. The question mark is omitted in the indirect question. If the interrogative verb say, it must be changed into a verb of inquiry, that is ask, wonder, inquired, like that. He said, where is the station? Then you may write this one as this is the kind of the inquiry, therefore you can change this one to he inquired where the station was. Or you can write the general term here is ask. So you can transform this said into ask. He asked where the station was. Full stop. Then let us continue. Let us proceed here. Let us see this part. This type of the sentence. This important as far as the examination is concerned. He said, Mary, when is the next train? Here also inquiry. You can write inquire, and the past tense of the inquiry will be inquired. Okay, ENQUIRED, inquired. In place of said, you can write inquired into the indirect narration. But the general term you can write ask also. Other thing will be remaining the same. Only one thing here is somebody is addressed. So after the changed reporting verb, so you can directly write the person who is addressed. He said, let us see the sentence. He said, Mary, when is the next train? He asked Mary when the next train was. When the next train was. If you are writing this is or was, okay, just before the object, then it will be into the interrogative mode. That will be wrong. Therefore, let us proceed with the two more examples. When the imperative sentences implies the command or the request or the advice, then what is the changes that is there in the indirect speech? Let us continue. Direct command. So you see that the command here, he said, lie down, Tom, means he's the speaker here. His verb is said, okay, and what is the statement? Lying down. To whom it is told? Tom. Therefore, you are transforming it, this said to told. He told Tom to lie down. This is the imperative mode, and you are transforming it into infinitive mode. In the infinitive mode, you are transferring, means in front of the whole expression you are putting only to, then it will be transferred into infinitive. The following verb can be used: advise, ask, beg, command, order, remind, tell, warn, etc. He said, take your medicine regularly, Tom, means it will be the kind of the suggestion or advice. He advised Tom to take his medicine regularly. Take medicine regularly. So in front of it, to will be added to make it the infinitive form. When there is a negative comment, you see what is the change. Don't swim out too far, boss, I said. Now I is the reporter. I is the speaker, the doer. So I is telling to some children. So I warned. So this is the kind of warning. If you go too far of the sea or the river, then you may be lost, you may be drowned also. You may be at the mercy of the wave. Therefore, it is suggested or advised not to go too far. Therefore, the indirect speech will be, I wanted the boss not to swim out too far. Then let us continue. Here you go. So we'll see two examples of the exclamatory sentence. So we are coming to the end of this discussion. We are coming to the last category of the sentence, exclamatory sentence. So in the exclamatory sentence, as you have understood, so there will be some sudden feeling or expression of the mind. So on the basis of the sense or the meaning that is implied, you also will have to change the reporting verb in the similar manner. And the other rules will be same as we did in the case of the assertive sentence. So here we go. Let us see the rules pertaining to it. Exclamation usually becomes statement in indirect speech. So exclamation will not be there. So the exclamatory sense or the mode will be transformed into the assertive mode. He said, "What a dreadful idea." Therefore, the answer for this one will be, he exclaimed that it was a dreadful idea. It was a dreadful idea. Then let us continue. Here we go. One more thing, in the case of the exclamatory sentence, let us see one more thing. In the exclamatory sentence, as we have told earlier, as we have discussed earlier, the reporting verb will have to be changed on the basis of the sense that it implied, and the exclamatory mode will be changed into the assertive mode. Therefore, you should be very alert about that. There will be no exclamation mark. Exclamation mark should not be there after the sentence is transformed into exclamatory one. Other type of exclamation, such as good, marvelous, splendid, heavens, oh, ugh, etc., can be reported as in B or C above. Then see this example. Good, he exclaimed. Good, he exclaimed. He gave an exclamation of pleasure or satisfaction. Now, so we are elaborating or extending the particular emotion. So the emotion here is, he gave an exclamation, or he exclaimed with a sudden joy that it was pleasing. Or you can write a simple, he gave an exclamation of pleasure, joy or satisfaction. Pleasure, joy or satisfaction. So in this way, on the basis of the sense, we can change the sentences in the exclamatory into in the indirect narration. Then let us see on one or two rules pertaining to it, and then our discussion will be over. So here we go. Yes and no in the indirect speech. Yes and no in the indirect speech. Yes and no are expressed in the indirect speech by subject plus appropriate auxiliary verb. He said, "Can you swim?" And I said, "No." Then you see the answer. He asked if he asked if I could swim. That means he said, here you see, he said this to me is implied. He said to me, can you swim? He asked me means, okay, not express, therefore we are putting in the bracket. If I could swim, and I said, I could not. So I suppose you understood the whole content of the narration or the speech, and will be very confident in facing the examinations if you simply revise the rules, how to change from the direct to the indirect just by following the rules that are illustrated and elaborated. I hope this discussion will be very fruitful in the examination that ensues or that follows. With this, I hope let us stop. Expected to meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Have a very good day. Thank you.